Right, that should work. Let's open actually. There we go. That's a big pen. You and that's it's working. Let's go. All right. So we should be watching Zarya. I will be watching the blue Zarya, but I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, John W. Ambush. So we're watching the blue Zarya. Here we go. We are in defense. To begin with, I'm gonna say you sent VOD review codes for Havana and Junkertown, and they are honestly both not great Zarya maps. The reason I choose Havana it is because Junkertown is actually awful for Zarya. It's really difficult to control the first point's angles, so when I watch Havana because I have the feeling it might be a bit more useful overall. Watching your team comp, we have spam damage, we have a turret which can which can watch for flankers, and of course we have a Rhine. You mentioned that you have a Rhine duo, not this one that you usually play with, who will cut bubbles for you. If it is the case that you do not have someone calling for you, then what you want to do is first, if you can be in voice comms and get the Rhine to tell you when he's calling aggro, that's good. Otherwise, you just want to let the Rhine know when your bubble is on cooldown, and if you see that he goes swinging, or he gets purpled, or he's low, you just bubble him. Don't worry so much about your energy. Use your own personal bubble for energy. What you want to do is walk in front of the Reinhardt, like this is the shield. Let's make it like this. Actually, I can use light blue. Assume this is the Rhine. Let's assume this is the Rhine shield, right? What you do is you walk past the Rhine shield, use the bubble in front of the Rhine shield, let you take as much damage as you can, and when your bubble is gone, you back out behind the Rhine shield, and you have charged your shield, you upload some damage for the Rhine, and basically you have some energy, right? Yeah. Let's go a little bit, there we go. This is fine. Let's just watch you. This is fine. This is nitpicky. You can come here and right click the door from here and maybe get 3 or 4% toll charge. Little things. Okay, we saw Ash, so be careful. They have an Echo, they have a Rhine. That's what we can clearly see. I can see the Ana, but maybe you didn't. That's fine. We know that they have an Ash and an Echo, so we should be watching above us, just in case the Echo comes for us. This is fine. We used the bubble, we got 25% energy, that's fine. Hold the corner. That's a good place to be. I'll tell your Rhine is backing out. If you're in comms, you should tell your Rhine to hold the corner, right? If you're not in comms, it's gonna be more difficult, and if you're not in comms or the Rhine refuses to stay, you should back up with him, because you cannot frontline alone against the Rhine Zarya, right? So you want to be with the Rhine. Your Rhine should be holding here, because the corner really blocks a lot of incoming damage, and if he can cleave into the enemy, it's a really good place to hold. It's a lot better than holding either here or even here. Like, if you just look here, this corner is the place to hold for your team right now. If you get pushed past the corner, what you have is this for cover, but this isn't great because they can shoot you this way. They can take the high ground. They have a national echo, so they can very easily take the high ground. And if you're forced to play like here isn't great, here is not great. If you play in the open, you are kind of fucked. And if you play here or here, then it's okay, but it's not ideal, and we are giving up this for free. So ideally, what you want to do is you want to hold this corner. But again, if your Rhine just backs out all the way, you have to go with them. Right now, you should be telling your Rhine if you're in voice comms, stay up ahead. Like, we have so much more spam damage with Junkrat and Torb that they do with Nash and Echo, which is not bad, but Junkrat is just a lot by himself. So he can probably win a shield war very easily. Third side is fine. That's what you. We are just okay. That's okay. Not great. Your bubbles have been okay, but try to use them when your Rhine goes a little bit forward right now. But your Rhine is playing very defensive, so it's gonna be difficult. In either case, if you're gonna walk forward, you can walk forward first, and when they start shooting you, then bubble. Because if you bubble before they start shooting you, then they can either stop or you are missing a couple seconds when they were not shooting you. Like having the bubble now would be better, right? Because you can go right to the right hand's face. You can last 2 seconds. You can take out his HP. You can get 40 charge. So it's a little bit better to have it when you are either on the face of the Rhine or you know you're gonna take a lot of damage. Again, your personal bubble is what you want to use to charge your energy. So getting 20 out of it is not great. We back up. We bubble the Rhine. That's unnecessary. I think you were just panicking because you want to have HP. Ryan's gonna take no damage and we got no charge. That's unfortunate. Now we should. This is you had bubble. We just used it. We should walk into the Rhine. You can just look at his health. You can walk into the Rhine. You can walk past the shield, and you can try to kill him. And because you have bubble, we popped it a little early, but it's okay. Because you have bubble, what you can do is you can walk past the shield, bubble, and all the time try to kill Ryan. You can even melee him if you want to. He dies anyway. They don't have a mercy, so they cannot rest it. We can play. They don't have rank, so we can play a little defensive. I don't know if you knew, but this is your. Of course, you know this is your Baptists. But while your laser obviously is not boosted, if you right click through the matrix, you will do double damage with your right clicks. So, yeah, there you go. That's pretty decent. We use the Mercial, that's fine. We are too far forward. Because if our Rhine is not pushing with us, look at where our Rhine is. We should not, like I said earlier, we are playing a little bit too aggressive. Also, there's an Ash up there. You should know because you got hit, but only now. What I'm saying is you won the fight and you just wanted to play defensive until the Rhine comes back. Your Rhine is not with you, which means that you cannot overextend this far. And you don't have bubble yet, so it also means you cannot overextend this far. Like your bubble is 8 seconds, right? You're probably gonna die here. Yeah. So you overextended a little, your Rhine wasn't with you. If your Rhine was with you, that would probably have been fine because you would have had damage mitigation. But because you didn't have the bubble and we didn't have Rhine, that was overextended. In either case, we're getting rest, that's fine. Let's get out if we can. That's fine. Our Rhine shield is very low. Let's prepare for him to drop it or take cover or something. We did lose our energy, it's unlucky, but at least we're alive. This is okay, like your Rhine is playing defensive, so playing behind the payload is fine. Just remember that attackers have an innate advantage because the payload heals them. So if you're playing on the payload, they have that little extra healing that over you. This is alright. We are using ults. They use 9 on the Rhine. So now you do not want to be on melee range with the Rhine because he will burst your bubble and kill you pretty easily. I heard Echo transforming into Rhine, so watch out for that shatter behind you. There it is. Unlucky, you're gonna die because it's nano. Oh, maybe not. It was a long charge and he just couldn't kill you. You can win this. In fact, if no, you are dead. You walk too close to the Rhine, honestly. Like when you are 1v1ing a Rhine, no problem. Hello there, by the way. Let's go back a little bit just to show you what I mean. Over here, maybe. Yeah. If you that didn't go back for some reason. Back, I said. That. If you are 1v1ing a Rhine, what you want to do is keep your distance. If you walk to the Rhine, of course, it's gonna kill you because he's got range on you. Even though you're low energy, if you just walk backwards and keep shooting at the Rhine, he's either gonna have to shield or he's gonna have to retreat, right? Because he doesn't have the range that you have. Look, this is your range, he can only hammer in front of him. So instead of pushing him, you can just back out, come this way, and if he chases you, also he's being healed by Cole, so you are just, oh, is that Cole? Yeah, that's Cole. That looks weird, right? In either case, you just back out. 1v1 Orion is basically holding S and making him chase you, and just left clicking on him as much as you can. Instead, we walk forward, and we get into his range, and he kills us because he has more damage. This is a 1v1 you can win most of the time if you keep your distance. You die, and I think this fight is lost. Their Zarya is very low, but I don't think, yeah. You're getting rest, that's okay. Are we gonna try to recontest? We might not want to, we have no DPS, we have no Reinhardt, so if we recontest, we might just be staggering ourselves. Like, we know that the jungler just died, we saw it, right? We know that the Ryan just died, we also saw it. We just heard the soldier swap. I heard it, you heard it. He said soldier 76 supporting for duty. So we know that we are missing half of the team right now. It's literally us and the healers. We should not be pushing this. We should be backing out and preparing for the next engagement. We spam a little bit and try to get out. If we had a Lucio, this would be fine, but because they don't have a Lucio, I'm gonna say it's okay. If they had a Lucio, they could have sped onto you and probably finish you or Mercy off, but because they don't have a Lucio, we just... here's the question though, why are we trying to spam, right? Because we already have grab, so why are we spamming? We are just giving their supports more charge. So you don't have to spam them out or try to spam them if you are not going to contest the point and you already have grab. There's no point. You are literally giving them free ultras. As little as it is. That's above. Yeah. That's that's unlucky. You can grab the Rhine if you want to. You can try to kill the Rhine. You can also use the Bob when he's targeting you because he's not targeting you right now. At some point. Okay, I was checking that. They don't have healing right now. They have more healing, which is fine. I hate the Bob noises. Bob, please. He's not targeting you right now, and he's probably gonna kill the Mercy. If you know that, I don't think you saw it, but the Mercy you know she's shooting the Mercy, right? I will say that. I don't think you're gonna turn and Bob the Mercy, and I probably wouldn't either. I probably would bubble Ryan when he gets up and try to keep him good, but he wants to Ryan. We also have Baptiste, and we can see the emo. So I'm gonna guess your assumption is that whoever is being shot at is not gonna die. It's not you though, so your bubble use was a little early. You should wait until Bob starts shooting you and then bubble. We should have bubble the Ryan there. It's usually a good idea to bubble the Ryan as he gets up, because first, he is a very easy target for CC while he's laying down on the ground. And secondly, when he gets up, he's not going to be able to put his shield right away, so he's going to take a lot of damage. And people are going to shoot him if he's on the ground. So it's a good idea to bubble the Ryan. Instead, we bubble the Bab, which is probably not great. He's full health. Ryan's probably going to die here. Yeah. There it is. This is a lost fight, probably. I would not recommend you invest your grab. Like, just try to, back out, play the corner. This is fine. We don't have a Lucio to retreat, so playing here is fine. We just wait for them. We just try to regroup. The payload is coming. This is fine. Just play the corner. That's a good pick. Now, when Orion comes back, we're gonna be up. I would not recommend going in before that. It's fine. If you knew you were going for the Ryan, that's good enough. You will get it eventually. You need a little bit more practice. We just play the corner, don't overextend. Ryan's back, we can go, we can push in now. The Reco will be back in like 5 to 10 seconds, so this is the moment to push in. You can grab this. If you want to, we know that we are all here. Solo grabbing the Ryan is not bad, because Ryan can just charge him, can just pummel him. We can focus him down, right? It's not bad, it's not the best. But it's always, if you grab and get one pick, that's usually good enough, especially if it's the right pick. If you solo grab the Ana killer, that's great. If you solo grab the Ryan, that's great. If you solo grab the Zarya, that's probably also good. So if you solo grab the Zarya, she's probably going to come to grab you. He shatters. That's gonna hit. Yeah. Let's just say that's unfortunate because Arvan went high ground instead of playing with that. I think he's trying to flank shatter. Yeah, but he only hits the Moira. Oh, and Diana, but still, it might be winnable. You need to save your buff here, right? Like your Mercy's gonna die. You can save your Mercy. Yeah, you can save your Mercy if you get lucky enough, and if you get the angle. If you can save her better. If not, use your bubble. Make sure your Baptiste gets out because if you lose your healing, you are gonna lose the fight. Now instead we leave our supports to die to the Rhine, and we are probably losing the fight. Baptiste survived the Rhine at least. He just died on the screen, but this is a lost fight. Yeah, just die. That was so weird. That was okay. Uh, just die. Just on guard. It's not worth it. You are gonna die 100%. You cannot get out without a Lucio. So we just run to the card and die on the card. Otherwise, you're just basically you gave them like 5 to 10 meters for free that they would not have gotten if you had stole the card. Instead, you could have gotten 5 to 10 seconds off the clock, right? By going to the card and dying the card. Which honestly might be enough time for your team to regroup and try to recontest. 5 to 10 seconds. We're gonna try anyway. We got a Symmetra now, so we have a lot of spam, but we have very, very little accurate damage. You are in fact our only cleanup. You are the only one who can say, I want to shoot at this and shoot at that with a lot of accuracy. Ryan goes alone, that's unlucky. I hope he doesn't get burnt out. Bobby's probably gonna use his mortality on the Ryan. Yeah, there it is. We pop bulk, they use call. We're not here yet, we're just coming back. Yeah, that's a free kill on the Ryan. That's a run to your right. Yeah, just try to kill him. No, we drop instead. We're looking for grab, I think. If we are going to grab, we should grab early. If we're going to use ults, you always want to use ultimates first, because it means that the enemy team will use more resources to try to survive them. Basically, you are forcing position, right? In this case, you just really... I don't care what you grab. If you're going to use grab this fight, which honestly might be... It's probably worth it. I would say you've been holding on to it for a while. But if you don't use it, then don't use it. If you're going to use it early. I think you can win without it. The Zarya is very low. Keep pushing the Zarya. She's low and she doesn't have healing right now. She only has the call. They use grab. We push Diana instead. That's okay. We kill Diana, but instead Zarya kills her Rhine because she's charged. And we could have killed the Zarya, is my point, right? If we kill the Zarya and let Diana live, they lose a lot of their damage. And I'm just gonna say that it was probably the best idea to kill the Zarya because she was low, she was alone here. So if you and Mercy Power pocketing you just turn and kill the Zarya, that would have been better. Instead, we go to kill Diana, which is an okay decision, but we'll leave our Vine alone. We grab Moira, that's a bad target. Out of all of the people you could have gotten, Moira is the worst because she can just fade out. And in fact, she's fading out right now. So I think you were just trying to grab the card. And the Rhine is probably going to get pulled into it, but don't die for Moira, basically. Yeah, Rhine's going to get pulled into it, but we are not going to kill him because it's only us. Using bubble is fine, but we are probably dead, yeah. Even if not to the pin, they just had a lot more people on the point, right? There we go. The Rhine died to the Symmetra turrets. You called Zarya. That's okay, but again, consider you are the only targeted damage of your team. Yeah, like I said earlier, you are the only one in your team who can actually accurately shoot at what you want to shoot. Symmetra is often going to be right-clicking and using her turrets. Unless it's the fight goes on for very long, she's not gonna be charged. Jungler is just spamming. He cannot say, "Oh, I want to shoot this and shoot it accurately," especially not at these ranks. So just keep in mind that you are the only accurate damage of your team. If you have maybe like a McCree or a Reaper or a Tracer or any hit scan hero or maybe like a Hanzo who can also shoot, and you know that then you could have probably left the Zarya and your team would have finished her off if the McCree or the Soldier or whatever was there, because they can just aim at the Zarya and shoot her. Instead, what we got is two spam heroes that are just spamming at the enemy, so it's probably not gonna get done unless you do it yourself. We have a TP that's pretty solid, and we hold. They back out and we hold, so that's okay. What we want to do is again, holding here is bad. If you're gonna, our options are of course we hold here and we risk them coming on the high ground. Or if you're gonna hold somewhere back here, we probably want to hold here. Like this is a safe-ish area to come in, and if they come in, we can just come out and contest the point. Otherwise, you can hold here, which is not good. You can hold here, which is not good. I think ideally, if you want to go hold here, you can hold behind the payload. Not great. You can hold up here. That's your best bet. Why? Well, let's like I said earlier, they have an Ashe and an Echo, right? We do not want to be in the open. If you're in the open like this, they're just gonna shoot us until we waste all of our resources. If we hold here, the problem with holding here is that they can just turn around and go to high ground, and we don't have a Lucio, so making this rotation means that we will probably take the dynamite, the sticky bombs from the Echo, we will take a lot of damage. Instead, if we play up here, we can just stay here, and when they come to contest, we just jump down and contest against it, right? So yeah, play up here, basically is what I'm getting at. If the card is behind the corner, then yeah, play the corner, because of course they have to push the cards. But if the card is already here, we can just play here. Just make sure if Baptiste or is hiding here or Mercy is hiding here, or you are ready to touch, we don't get C9, that's fine. We got to pride, is okay. Don't shoot the Zarya. You didn't, that's good. That's a waste of a bubble. It's only the Zarya and she's not trying to fight you. So you get no charge of a bubble. Again, you want to use your personal bubble. I said this very early on the review, so we probably missed it. You want to use your own personal bubble to get charged, and the friendly bubble to help your Vine or to save a teammate. Go behind us. This is fine. We don't have to shield him or shoot him. We can actually just play here, right? We can stand here and he will not be able to shoot us, because that's the angle he has, right? Both can see like. I wish you could. Can you? No, you cannot first person, but he can basically see this. Like this is what he can shoot at. If we play here, he cannot shoot us. And you are not gonna kill a Bob alone. Chagrat is helping, so you may kill him. If you have bubble here, this would be a good moment to use it and get some free charge. But we're gonna get it soon. We can use it. Use it. We use it a little bit late. If you're gonna go for Bob, just make sure you bubble as soon as possible, because he actually does a lot of damage. Like one-on-one, he will kill you almost every time. When I'm playing a Kai's Pipe Commander, for all 5. Honestly, if you're playing Zarya, you probably want to play main and let someone else deal with the flanks. If they're playing a spam comp, what you usually do with a Zarya Rhine comp is you want a Lucio and you just speed on them, or you play on very close positions, like I said earlier here, or if you can play like here, because they don't have like this is infinite cover, right? Like an infinite shield. So they cannot spam you out of here. They have to push into you to get you out. Of course, having the objective helps a lot. But if you cannot force the objective, what you do is you play close to the objective, close enough that you can avoid their spam. And when they go to the objective, then you can go in. Uh, Basically, just use the map to your advantage. Again, Zarya is not ideal in every case right now. I said earlier as well that Havana and Junkertown are bad maps for Zarya because they are very open. So with Zarya, you want to play in closed maps. Like King So is a good example because it has a very tight choke. The point has a lot of cover to play around, like the statue, like a hotel. You can also think of like University in Oasis, which is a square for the point, and you have a corridor to the left and a little corridor to the right, and it's very close. And those are the places where Zarya gets the most value, close places. If you want to play a I think you asked which other hero you could play. I would probably recommend Diva is your variant to counter. Like you can eat the dynamite, you can eat the nade, you can eat the orbs, you can eat grab if you are good enough. Um, you can eat fire strike, right? Eating fire strike actually denies Reinhardt a lot of value because he builds his shatter a lot faster. And Diva can also help a lot against spam combos because you can eat a lot of the spam damage and you can play with a lot of mobility, so you can actually fork the engagement a lot easier. Diva is just in a really solid position right now. In either case, this is probably a map where I would recommend Diva over Zarya, but we are playing Zarya, so let's keep on Zarya. This is if you don't get healed, you're gonna die to the bow, basically. Yeah. Mercy was shooting at the Bob, which is unlucky. She should have been healing you and letting you kill the Bob. Instead, we just all die and we have to regroup. That's a waste of a shatter. Let's go fast. This is a lost fight. Good point. We back out, right? We should not have been coming here. That was a lost fight. I think we took TP, so we back out and we take TP back and we regroup to defend. Honestly, probably here. This is the defensive point. If you can all regroup and you want to take an early fight, it's possible, but I don't like it. Like again, this is so open, right? Like look at this. Where are you gonna hide? Are you gonna play here? That's very dangerous. They can just go around either way. They can also come up here and spam you from here. And what are you gonna do? Um, Also, we have our boat, but we don't have our Reinhardt anymore. So that changes our dynamics a little bit, but not a lot. What you want to do is just make sure you bubble the Roadhog when he's going in, on when he gets slept or anti, or when he's like low and doesn't have healing. But you can use the Roadhog to charge your own charge. I wouldn't say spam camp is only viable with 6-stack, but you definitely need coordination, yes. Yeah, I know what you mean. Uh, like this is a spot where a lot of teams will especially do spam camp. What you do is you play Brian Zarya, Junkrat or Reaper, and a Mei, and a Mercy, and probably a Zenyatta, or maybe a Baptiste or an Ana or whatever you want. Uh, no, not in C. You don't spam camp in C. The problem with spam camping in C is that your your own spam is really so far away from where you want to defend that you don't have a lot of time to regroup and you may not get to defend at the ideal position. Here in A, it's doable because you're basically stalling the payload here, and they don't get immediate. Like the thing here is that A, they have this little bit of time, like between this door and this door, where they can still take damage. This is the immunity door. On C, right here, these are the immunity doors, right? So they can literally just stand here and not take damage. Right? It's literally just this. That's the problem. It's so close for them, and it's so bad for you that you don't want to take this side. Also, it's very enclosed for them. You don't have a lot of space to retreat. So even if you're all holding here, you can't watch both chokes at once because they are so close. And this is a very enclosed space, so they can kill you very easily. Imagine, for example, they just put a passion right here. Yeah, what are you gonna do if you're gonna try to spam camp them? That's not gonna work. They can put a passion here, right? He's not gonna take anyone on damage. Someone in Overwatch League, yeah. Teams in Overwatch League do meme a little bit when they are rolling. I will let you know that. So don't always take them, especially if they're rolling. Don't always take them. They may have also had like an ult advantage or a very big ult disadvantage, and they just wanted to take a dry fight to maybe try to get an ult out of them, and then regroup and defend over here, or usually over here. In either case, let's see. We should. I'm gonna say it like this: if there was a window here, then taking the high ground is a good idea because you can shoot at them from behind. But because there is no window here, basically taking this high ground is useless. Once this door closes, we cannot do anything. And if you're gonna go in right now, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna lose to like Anna and Zarya and Ash. You just want to back out, regroup with your team, take the TP, get out. I don't like this. We should be backing out. We didn't take the TP, but we are still backing out. It's okay. That's a good hook. But we're probably not gonna kill the Rhine. Let's go. Achieve. We have 50% energy, that's okay. Rhine is charging. We should peek behind us to see if someone is getting pinned and bubble them. Hog got pinned and killed. That's unlucky. You could have prevented that one. Basically, playing Zarya Hog is keep your Hog alive. You are an E-bot for your Hog. Whenever he dies, or whenever he's about to die, you just press C on the Hog. You don't do anything else. Obviously, you bring a lot of damage to the table, and you have a great ult, but we have to make sure our world stays alive, or we lose. And we lose the Roadhog, we are gonna lose this fight. He's getting rest, so maybe not. But we are gonna die, yeah. Let's try that. We have a Nana now, that's okay. We're gonna outright. You should bubble here the Roadhog as soon as you see him taking damage. We're gonna recontest. See, this is the problem with being so far up. Because we were playing here, and then we had to go all the way back, and the same would apply if you were trying to spawn camp, we gave up this position. And this is the best position to hold, right? Because this is very open. If you're gonna defend, you're gonna defend here, and it's very uncomfortable. It's just not great. This is the best position to defend on this point, so you usually want to defend here. You also have, like, the idea of defending here is that you have much better sidelines, you can control that, you can control main, whereas their supports have to, if they want to shoot at you, or if someone wants to shoot at you, they have to expose themselves a lot, like come up here if you're controlling. So let's go a little higher. To explain this real quick, the reason you want to defend here is because it basically gives you control of this space for sure, and probably also this space, right? If you're controlling this space by playing here and not letting them push, or at least contesting this space, then it's gonna be very difficult for someone to first to come up here, which is a pretty good position, especially for Ash. And secondly, if they want to engage on you, they're gonna have to turn around the corner, and if the Reinhardt is here, then Diana, who's gonna be playing here or here, cannot heal him. Also, you can contest the payload a little bit earlier, not such a big deal, but basically you are preventing them from playing with this sideline, and this sideline, right? As is right now, they can just shoot, like, let me just look at the Ash. Where is the Ash? Yeah, they can literally just have this entire sideline. They can shoot through main all the way to your spawn. If you were playing here, then it would be as easy as sending someone to kill the Ash. Or going to do it yourself, right? Look at what she is. If your Vine is here, then you just turn around and kill the Ash in a second. Okay. Let's go. We just dropped. I don't know why we dropped. We should not have dropped. Like, play the high ground is fine. We are not going to contest the payload. You only drop to contest the payload. Otherwise, you probably want to keep the high ground as much as you can. There was no reason to drop here, is what I'm saying. You could have stayed in the high ground for a little longer until your Ana is ready, until your Hog is ready. Where is your Hog? Is he coming back? Oh no, he's right here. Okay. I just didn't see him. I only playing. You can stand the high ground and bubble your Roadhog, is what I'm trying to say, and then drop if you have to help. That's a decent bubble. Yeah, you got 40, that's what you want. Make sure you bubble your Roadhog if it's gonna go in. Right now you cannot see him, of course. You should bubble your Roadhog, it's being chased by a Zarya. And the Reinhardt. Just bubble your Warhol whenever. I'm not gonna say wherever you can, whenever you can. But if he's getting pushed, Rothor still does a lot of damage against tanks, so bubbling him will allow him to shoot. He won't have to heal, and he can probably do a lot of damage and maybe even get his ult and just kill both of tanks with it. That's a okay. That's a good bubble. It surprised me that the Echo is just standing there trying to kill the Ryan. Good bubble, fire. I didn't even see that. Yeah, that's on you. Good kill. Good pick. We push forward here. They lost 2, so we want to push forward, take as much space as we can, and no pushing it. It's fine. Especially with Roto comps, you don't have to save bubble. Yeah, I know what you mean. You don't have to save bubble as much as make sure you get charge off of it. It's a lot different than Reinhardt. If he has to use his steal, then yes, you want to save bubble. But if you know he's at full health or has the heal, you can use your bubble because you're basically rotating cooldowns. You using your bubble lets your Roadhog keep his heal for later. And after he uses his heal, you will have your bubble again, and you are trading those in a cycle to make sure he stays alive between your bubble every 8 seconds and his heal, and he can do a lot of damage, and you can get a lot of charge. So it's different with you're playing with Reinhardt, because with Reinhardt you want to make sure that the Rein stays alive rather than charge. You want to bubble him at the right times because he has his own damage mitigation. So you don't want to bubble Reinhardt while he has his shield up, of course. But if you bubble Rotu while he's just standing there, that's fine, because if he's taking damage, it's good. We can push the Rhine. We should kill him. Like here, we use the bubble. It's okay. He gave us 20 energy, right? And the hog's not gonna need it in like 8 seconds, 10 seconds, 8 seconds. Yeah, he's not gonna need it in the next 8 seconds. So it was worth using to get 20 charge. Yeah. We can push this because they lost 3, so we just push it. Try to get charge. Try to kill someone. Killing this area is really good. We get rid of her ult charge. Now we have. No, that's okay. We have grab. What are we trying to grab? Anything but the Moira, really. If you can grab 2, that's better. If you can grab 3, that's good. We have the Hoggold, we can combo, we can make sure we kill 1 or 2 people. When should you grab? Whenever you see the opportunity. They cannot eat it. They don't have a D.Va, they don't have a Sigma. You can just go for it. Yeah, you want to play here, basically, to avoid that. If you play here, the Ashe cannot shoot you. None of them can shoot you. If you want to poke for damage, which you should them because you already have grab, you can poke here, right click, poke here, right click, and hide again. Play with cover. You cannot hear comps now. That's the biggest problem with replay viewer, and that is also why when I do team VOD reviews, I usually ask for a recording or try to be there to listen to the comms, because they are so much more important for team plays. Honestly, I will say this: if you want to grab from here and you are confident, I would do it. Like when you pick here, I would just have, instead of that right click, I would have fucking yeeted my fucking grab. Like Roto can come up and just kill them all with his ult, right? That's again, you have the chance to grab from here. They grab first, that's unlikely. Like I said, you want to always use your ults first. In this case though, since they grabbed and we have Hoggold, it's fine if you just want to counter grab as many of them as you can. Okay, here's a funny thing. If you're not confident with the grab has the exact same travel pattern than the right click. So you can always throw a right click and know that that is where the grab is gonna go. So if you stand here and throw a right click and you see it land like here, you know that you can press Q, and if you haven't moved your crosshair, the right click will land here, the grab will land here. So you can throw a right click to test out the distance and then throw the grab. Did they only they grab the backline? That's not lucky. If you can save one of your supports at ideal, you should counter grab this. Like this is an ideal grab situation. You get the Ana, you get the Ryan. That's a one fight so long as your Roadhog is ready to push. I didn't see the Roadhog. Did he get poop? Oh, he's in the air. He got people there. He's already ulting. He got 9 and he's already ulting. So you want to yeet your grab out there and try to get 2 or 3 people in it. So our Roadhog can just kill them. We turn around. We try to help with Bob. That's okay. Branch is shattered, and I think your bubble blocked it. Well done. I don't know if you intended on it, but you definitely did. You just protected your entire team behind you. Did the bubble go on the hog? I think the bubble went on the hog and immediately got destroyed. Oh no, it went on the Ana. That's unlucky. I think you wanted to bubble the hog. I thought it was going on the hog. That's a decent rest, but Ryan just charged a backline and killed the Roadhog because he's not out. Yeah. Again, if you want to grab the point and try to kill Diana, the Moira, if she doesn't have Fade. If she has Fade, that's fine. At this point, we are down people, so we have to make the plays. Otherwise, they will just get the point. So throwing your grab here is fine. We can guarantee the kill on Diana. We can maybe get the Moira, and we don't know that the ADs are here, but we may also be able to get them too. That's a good grab. Make sure the Moira's probably gonna get out. Let's make sure we guarantee a kill. Focus on Diana. Kill Diana, right? Or the Echo, I'm fine with either. Just kill one of them. Nice, well done. The Moira didn't have call, that's good. And the Echo used. In fact, you killed both supports, so this is probably a one fight for us now because Orana is alive. And because Orana is alive and they have no supports, we can probably win this fight. Even if we stagger onto the point, their supports are gonna take so long to get back that we can probably win just because you killed both of their supports. We shouldn't go past the choke here. You're not. It's gonna be difficult to get the Ash as soon as she gets the coach gun, which should be. She already has it. She can get out of your range. So instead, just turn around and shoot at what you can get. You can help your jungler survive. You can maybe prevent the Rhine from doing something. In fact, the Rhine is hitting you from behind, so turn around and try to kill him. That's a great sleep from your Ana. She's gonna grab you, but that's fine. No, you killed her before you grab you. We burned down the Rhine. That's good. Keep on the Rhine. Stay on the Rhine. I get that you killed the Echo, but you should have stayed on the Rhine. Because the Echo has such a mobility that she can get out easily, and the Rhine is the more important target. If Echo gets out, that's fine. If we kill Echo, she comes back a lot faster than Rhine. And if we kill Rhine, they have no front line. So we can just decimate them. We have a lot of energy. Kill the Rhine. The Rhine just suicided. That's really good for us. That's an unnecessary bubble. We just bubble for no reason. We just killed the Zarya. Yeah, this is fine. Your tracking is not bad. It's not good. I'm being blunt here. It's not bad though. You do need healing. Good bubble there. And we win this. Nice. Let's go to the attack. What could we work on for that one? Play more with cover so we don't take a lot of poke. When playing Zarya, we are not a spam comp. We want to take fights as fast as we can by brawling. So we just try to make sure that tracking almost is tricky. It's good that you're improving. It's okay. Just keep practicing and it will get better. And it's not bad, like I said. You said your tracking was bad in your post. It's not bad. It's not like great, but it's not bad. You're doing fine. You can keep your crosshair on a target and do a lot of damage. So it's fine. Like you're gonna have a difficult time tracking a Lucio, but tracking most of their team is gonna be fine. Let's just look at this. So for our attack, we have even more spam than we did before, right? We have Jungrat Hanzo, which will absolutely kill the Reinhardt shield. Like all we have to do is play defensive and wait for them to do a lot of damage. Let's just watch you. Just a little thing. You can come up here and look outside. Like if you come here when there's 10 seconds left, like look. Oh, there's an Ash top right. They have a Zarya. They have a Hanzo. I don't know if you could have seen the Hanzo coming there. Maybe you could have. They definitely have a Reinhardt. And you can warn the team about your dynamite that's about to hit the door. You can be like, hey, Ash is top right. She's literally already throwing a dynamite at us. But you could have seen her here and be like, team, don't go out immediately. There's gonna be a dynamite. We just take it. Okay. Zarya, honestly, this Zarya is so overextended. Like, this Zarya is so overextended. Like, look where he is. And she just used bubble. She is so killable right now. We can push her. We can literally W one mouse right. She's got basically no charge, or a little charge. She probably got like 20 or 25, let's check. 20 charge out of her bubble. And she's playing so far forward. Like, look at this. Right? We can absolutely kill her. Or at least force resources from her team. If Bab uses emo, that's great. We can push this area. That's a good bubble from you. You got 40 charge, that's good. This is an okay location. If you're gonna spam right clicks, we can play here. Peek, right click, hide, peek, right click, hide. You'll get the cycle down. Ryan just charged like a madman. Please. I didn't expect him, but we can see him from here. You are gonna bubble him, I assume. Yeah, that's fine. That's a good bubble. Even if you don't get charged from that, you are helping your right get out without getting stunned or killed. So that's worth it. We also force Thimo, which is pretty good. They have an Ash up there, but you cannot do a lot about that. We should be focusing people down, yeah. The Ash is shooting at us. And we back out because we lose Reinhardt. That's fine. We back out. We shouldn't be taking this because, like Ryan and Zarya are right there, right? We should be backing out because if you die first, you lose 45 charge. And secondly, you have to wait about 10 seconds to get back. Yeah, you're gonna die. If a fight is lost, just die, get out. If you can get out with the charge, always get out with the charge. It's a lot more worth it than trying to get a pick. We are standing still. We're going. Again, this area is so overextended. Even if she has higher charge than we do, if we call to go on this area, she should die, no problem. Like, look at where her team is. She's got no support. She used her bubble. If we had W onto her, she would have probably died. I would say not us, but if we had called for it and like Ryan, Hancho, and you had W'd onto her, she would have died. You can bubble the Ryan because he's gonna 1v1 the Reinhardt probably. Yeah, good job. We walk in front of him with bubble, that's fine. Don't drop until your bubble is gone. Remember, you don't always have to kill the lamp. I see you focusing down the lamp a lot, which is okay, but it only lasts 5 seconds. So if you think you can get more value by pushing and either getting them out of the lamp, which is this radius, or just pressuring them for 5 seconds and getting them low, they will not recover that health after the lamp is gone. So you can wait to kill them 5 seconds if you put pressure on them. This is a good time to bubble your Rhine. Yeah. In fact, you saved him from Shatter. And you let him hit a big Shatter. That was a good bubble. Even though you got stunned and your Rhine got stunned, that's fine. I might hit a big bubble, a big Shatter, I mean. It might make this winnable, or at least it makes it even regarding the amount of people that are down. And he just charged like a madman. I don't like that. He's gonna get a pick, but he's probably gonna die. Yeah. But we can kill this Reinhardt. If he puts his shield up, by the way, you can just melee him. Like, look at his health. He's gonna put his shield up, we melee him. We melee him. Okay, that's fine. We walk past the shield and we kill him. Melee him is faster, but this is fine. Their hands are stressed, that's okay. You don't want to bubble that. I think you're looking for someone to bubble because you're panicking. And you're gonna be like, I need to bubble someone. You don't need to bubble that. You have 95 charge already. Keep your bubbles for when someone's about to die. Nice. I thought you were just panicking and looking to bubble someone. Good kill the Mercy. We can push this. We should be pushing up. Even if your Vine is playing defensive, in fact, he's charging back to the payload, you can call for him. Like, you can come up here, right? This is a safe position for you to be as the attacker. This is also fine if you can control the Mega, that's good. And you can shoot there, and you can shoot all the people coming from here. So we want to push up. If the Rhine is playing defensive, if you push up, he might come to help you. Or if you call in comms like, Ryan, push up with me, and you both hold here, then you are getting all of this space for free, right? Like, the payload can move up to here safely. Instead, we're just trying to spam out the Hanzo, which is not great. We should move up a little bit. Yeah, if you're alone, up to here is fine. We don't have to push. Again, this is fine. I don't like that. You're extending too far to try to chase a Hanzo. If they're coming back, which they are, we shouldn't leave our team because we may get picked, and also we have to help our team. So up to here is usually fine. Even here is okay. Ideally, you probably want to hold this. It's gonna be very hard to shoot you from the window, and you can control that choke, and you can control people coming from there, and you have control of the Mega, so it's really good. But if you're alone, you may want to consider this in case they just rush you down, right? Because this is just a lot closer to your team. We chase the Hanzo. We see that there's a Zarya and a Mercy there. We should back up. Like at this point, if you go in, you're fighting against Hanzo, Zarya, and Mercy. That's not a fight you can win. Yeah, we back out. We just right click and back out. You should bubble the Mercy there, only to get rid of her burning. It's fine to use it to get rid of her burning. You make sure she doesn't die. It's okay though. Junkrat dies up here. That's not great, but I don't think there was much you could have done about it. Maybe if you had stayed here, first you would be denying these two guys of coming here so easily, right? If you had been here instead of all the way there. And secondly, you maybe could have bubbled him if you were here. In either case, I don't think it was your fault. Your Rhine is again charging in like a madman. I assume you're gonna bubble him. I don't think you saw him. Yeah, that's fine. We'll make sure that the Rhine is okay, even though he pushed up too far away, too much forward. You had your own bubble up there. Keep in mind, you can walk into the dragon with your bubble up for like a second, and it will give you your entire bubble of worth of charge. Don't be afraid to take a little damage. Be careful, don't just stand in the dragon and die to it, but you can take a little bit of damage from the dragon and charge your bubbles. You can kill the Hanzo, yeah. This is fine chasing because we know that they are pushing behind us. Again, this is good. We just go for the Ash. We can grab here if we want to. It's winnable. It's definitely winnable if if your Hanzo. Like both you and I know that. Hello? Epic point? Oh, it was just stopped. If your Hanzo is in comms and you call for Grab Dragon, Hanzo was more worth than Charge from Dragon. That's fine. It's a good call either way. Just you can stay like half a second and charge. You use your bubble. Either if you're chasing the Hanzo, then don't use a bubble, is what I'm saying. Because you got no charge from it and you weren't taking damage. If you're gonna chase the Hanzo, don't use your bubble so early. That's fine either way. I assume you just used it because you saw the dragon and you were like, oh, I'm just gonna use it just in case. It's okay. It's a reactionary thing. But you could have saved it. You should not be taking. You should not be trying to the dragon unless you're caught in a very unlucky position. What I was saying is, if we are in comms with the Hanzo and we ask grab dragons and we know that we're gonna grab dragons, you can grab everyone like these 3 people on the card, and Hanzo can just throw dragons and they will all die, right? Even if we die for it, that's worth it because we're gonna get the point. Instead, we just focus on the Ash. Are we gonna? Yeah, we just died to the Bob. We could have won this fight if you had grabbed the point and Hanzo had dragoned. I'm not gonna say you should have. I'm gonna say if the Hanzo is not in comms and you are not in comms, what you wanna do is bring up the chat and type, "Hey Hanzo, combo." Assume that says Hanzo combo, and he's gonna be like, "Okay, yeah, we can grab dragons," and he will be ready. And when you grab, he will dragons. Just make sure he's alive. Uh, because they literally have nothing, right? They have nothing to against grab dragons. They have emo, but that's it. And it's 30 seconds, and you can burn it down, and the Hanzo can just one-shot it. So you should be more than fine to grab dragons. It will kill like all of them. Especially in that situation when they were all on card. Here we just regroup and wait for the Hanzo. We have 5 volts. Yeah, we can push up to here. They are not holding us, so we can just stay here. They're not pulling forward. Yeah, this is fine. You can pop the jungler there. He's taking damage. It's not ideal, but if you help him, all the time is a common mistake. I will say this: don't be afraid to use your ults. It's better to use them than not use them and lose the fight because you didn't use it. And then you can tune them back from there. You can be like, okay, I know that next time we don't need it, and I'm gonna save it. But right now, I just want to win the fight. I want to make sure we win. So I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna kill them all. So don't be afraid to use it. And also, especially with grab, a lot of people think that they have to wait for the perfect moment to use grab. A lot of people are like, I have to kill 3 people. I have to grab 3 or more people for the grab to be worth it. Nah, you can get a lot of value out of grabbing a single person. Like if you grab their Mercy and kill her, that's a lot of value because Ash cannot one-shot people anymore. They don't have power. They only have a Blitz for healing. They don't have rest, which is very good. If you can grab the Zarya, that's a lot of their damage done. If you can grab the Batiste, that's a guaranteed kill. That's a lot of their healing gone. The DPS not so much, but if you can solo grab a DPS and kill them, you can usually take it. But grabbing a single target, if it is the right target, it is still worth it. Trading your grab for 1 pick is worth it in the right situations. We are tiring, I heard it. He's probably gonna go for the Mercy. If we can, Bap is probably gonna use Emo. Push up a little bit, like only up to here, and see if you can spot the Emo. So again, if you can peek here and see if you can spot the Emo, that's fine. Otherwise, just play here, use your cover. This is the best cover you have right now. Play here. Ash is right above you. Oh, that's a Hanzo actually. It's gonna be like, hold on, let me just go and choose this. It's difficult for Hanzo to shoot you if you're right below him. He's got to walk to the very edge, and your team can shoot him. You can shoot him. He's very exposed. This is fine. We just play in the cover. That's 2 picks, and we got both supports, so we don't have to ult. Okay, sorry about that. We got 2 picks. We got both of the supports, and we just win this. We don't have to ult here. 3 picks. They grab. That's a waste to grab. If you have a choice here, don't bubble your DPS, bubble your supports. I think you were aiming for the Mercy or the Ana and you just got unlucky, but that's a good pick. Ash is still above us. Top right. I hear it. Never mind, she's dead. Now this is a one fight. And because we didn't ult, we still have grab dragons for next one. Yeah, you just panic, don't bubble anyone there. Mercy is usually the ideal target because she can rest someone, but helping someone is good enough, honestly. This is only the Zarya. This is very nine head. But if you grab here, you can get the Zarya and the Batiste, and you can probably if you have the planted dragons, you can kill them both. Still, it's not what I would expect normal people to do. I do it because I like those fancy plays. We bubbled a second too late when we were backing out. If you're gonna bubble, don't back out. Wait the entire duration of your bubble and then back out, because otherwise you get no value, right? Like we used bubble, we got no charge, we took no damage. Because we went to cover right after using it. That's a really good grab, by the way. If your Hanzo is ready to dragons, we can just grab that and kill them all. Well, not all, but 4 of them. It's the same. At this point, I just saw 2 people behind us. We just both of our supports. It's a lost fight. Maybe not a lost fight. Hanzo is popping off. Hanzo's dead. Fine charge. I don't know. Our spawn is closer, so it's worth to just stay and fight this. As long as we can. Yeah, probably your Ryan is fine. He's gonna take damage. We still haven't used grab. It's been like over a minute and we just have been saving grab. We could be like... You haven't had much charge, so we could be like 50% to another one. Still, use it at some point. There's also someone behind us just bringing us down. Yeah. I just heard Hans say my ultimate is ready. So he is waiting for you to throw grab, by the way. Oh, I passed it, sorry. Their run is dead. Their Baptiste is dead. Mercy's trying to rest, but she's not gonna die. That's a good sleep from Mirana. And the run is dead. We used Nano. We probably don't need grab anymore. But after this fight, if we had used it on that card, we would have it again, right? Or if we had used it on the recontest, we would have it again by now. So we just haven't used grab. Don't be afraid to use it. Don't think of it as... I know a lot of people say, oh, it's the best ultimate in the game. Don't listen to them. Right now, it's alright. It's pretty good, but it's not so important that you want to hold it for the exact perfect situation. You just want to make sure you use it and get value out of it. Any value is fine. Any value is better than holding it for this long. And just, you could have had another one. We kill the Ash. We kill the Ash. Okay, well done. At this point, you are 1 up. I would use my grab and kill the Hanzo, and they have no damage, and we win the fight again. Like, if I know you said you are not very confident, but you can just grab here in the general area, and you can kill the Hanzo very easily. Hanzo and Mercy, even better. Bob is gonna be a problem. You're gonna probably die with Bob. You should have stayed down here, where you could have just line of sight him over here. Instead, we try to crouch and we don't. It's okay. It's not okay. But dying without having used your grab again is just really bad. I am ready to unleash the dragons. He's still waiting for you. At this rank, I wouldn't expect your supports to... I'm not gonna say be able to keep you alive through Bob, but react fast enough to heal you before you die at that situation. So you usually want to play it as safe as you can. That's an okay bubble. He may have burned to death. probably wouldn't have, but it's okay. We have it back before the engagement. We should definitely grab this fight. We could have up 2 grabs right now. Value Rhine. Yeah, that's fine. We grab them. Are we gonna grab? Grab, grab, grab. We took a little too long, but still fine. And Hanzo's dragoning. So yeah, Hanzo was definitely waiting for dragons all this time. And I think if you can kill the emo, which is being thrown right now, you will definitely win the fight and take the point. So focus the emo. You had to reload. That's unlucky. That is good though. We can definitely win this. Good bubble. We block Shadow. Aran's gonna die. Someone behind you. Probably more important to kill whoever's behind us. Yeah. But at this point, I don't think you're gonna win this one. Ryan's shadowed, but he's alone. He's got mercy, but it's basically the same as being alone. Mercy just dies for following the Rhine. Hanzo also tries to go in alone. Our main tank goes Paul. Honestly, you should have combo to touch because you respond first. And I think you could have touched, but it's fine. We are not gonna touch. We touch, that's okay. He's gonna die right away, so we want to go as fast as possible, but we're Zarya, we're not very fast. And we die? You got the bubble out at least, but yeah, probably the time to swap. That's a decent rest, but you're not gonna be able to touch. So okay, what one? Let's go back a little bit. If the game will let me go back a little bit. Hello, where's my cursor? It's not letting me. Oh, there it is. Finally. Okay, let's go back a little bit. What were your biggest problems? A little bit of bubble usage. It's not a lot of bubble usage. You can work on them a little bit. I assume it's better when you have the Rhine to call, to call the bubbles for you. Other than that, I think it's okay. You should try to get a little bit more value out of your personal bubbles. Hold on. Where was it? It was like right here. So if you're gonna peek and if you're gonna use bubble, stand when you use bubble. Don't stop ADSing and don't take cover so that you can get shot and then take cover. Because you can get no value if you just bubble and then run right away. Of course, if you're trying to escape and not just poking, but yes, use your bubble and try to get out. But otherwise, just if you're gonna poke, use your bubble and then hide after your bubble's gone. Other than that, you can use your grab more often. Like, please use your grab more often. You didn't have bad grabs. You had pretty decent grabs, but you should be using them more often. Zarya is a character that does a lot of damage, and even though grab is a low charging ultimate, you can get more grabs, like at least 50% more grabs. That's a 50. Like, just by using them more often. And you can probably win a lot more fights as well. Also, if you want to counter someone, you can go D.Va. D.Va is a good choice for countering. Like with D.Va, you can counter Ashe, you can counter Echo, you can counter Zarya a little bit, Rhine a little bit. You have the advantage on Rhine and Zarya because you have mobility, so you can take high ground easily. You can pressure whoever's alone. You can ignore the tanks completely. But even if you don't want to ignore them, you have 600 health, 200 of which is armor, so it's a lot of health. And you have mobility, so if you are low, you can just get out, wait for healing, and come back in. So if you want an option to counter a certain hero, D.Va is probably gonna be your play. Most of heroes, most DPS definitely, do you get somewhat countered by D.Va? There are obviously exceptions. Symmetra is pretty bad against for D.Va. you honestly, here's the thing: even if they go Genji, you cannot kill a Genji. You shouldn't expect to kill a Genji. But if the Genji is playing here, you can come up here and bother him, so he has to run out. So you can control this space even if you don't have to chase the Genji, and you are denying the Genji of a lot of value just by taking the high ground on or the flank off of him, right? Because Tiba's such a mobile hero, you can come and contest the flank and then come back to your team. So you can, even if you don't kill people, grab Genji ults. That's good, yeah. In this case, it didn't have a Genji, but yeah. Honestly, you don't have to even aim for the Genji. You can aim for your supports. In this case, I would look at my Ana, and when I hit the Genji, I would just grab on top of my Ana. And even if the Genji doesn't come for us, then at least he's definitely not gonna kill my Ana, right? Because if he just comes for the Ana, he gets grabbed. It's just easier to aim than trying to aim for a Genji that's just moving around all the place. In either case, yeah, that's probably a lot of the things I have to point out. Play a little bit more with cover when you are, especially when you are playing against like Ash and Echo, who can spam you out from very long distances. Use cover so that they don't hit you from a range. Use your personal bubbles a little later, like a second later, so you get more value out of them. Maybe not even a second, maybe just half a second. And don't waste them. Like you wasted one. It's a singular case, just still. And use graphs more often. Definitely use graphs more often. That's probably it. I'm gonna make a highlight and gonna send it to you. But I hope you have a good time. Bye bye.